Hey everyone, Stuart here, and this video is about the intense fear related to the possibility of not being able to find a toilet when you need one while away from home or out in public. So it's referred to as toilet anxiety, and it's this overwhelming fear of incontinence in public situations. It's not usually a fear of toilets themselves, but rather the dread of not being able to reach one in time, potentially leading to an embarrassing incident. And this fear often intensifies in situations where access to a toilet might be uncertain or restricted, such as during long journeys and flights, crowded events, or just unfamiliar places. Anywhere really where one feels like escape could be tricky. And escape in this case means being able to access a restroom. So when someone experiences this fear, they have this intense anxiety about losing control in public and facing humiliation, embarrassment, judgment, or criticism from others. And it really manifests physically with symptoms like the racing heartbeat, the trembling, the sweating, nausea, blushing, and muscle tension. Now these physical responses, they're part of the body's sympathetic nervous system state being triggered by this anxiety. And sometimes this fear leads to a panic attack, and the more we panic, the more urgent the need gets. And this worry about not finding a toilet outside from home really takes over, dominating thoughts and actions, making simple everyday tasks incredibly challenging. It really impacts quality of life, leading to avoidance behaviours and restricting participation in professional or social activities. People end up avoiding public transport, crowded places, going on vacation, or any social events where bathroom access is going to be difficult. And so to cope with this fear, people often they adopt various strategies. They might plan ahead, checking online for the facilities and scouting out the toilet stops on routes, or they might limit their food or fluid consumption. They might use the toilet multiple times before leaving home, or carrying supplies with them like the Imodium, the spare clothing, and so on. Or just avoiding situations altogether and just not going to places where toilet access is uncertain. However, these strategies, these coping mechanisms, they're only addressing the symptoms rather than the underlying cause. Because the fear of not finding a toilet is not a conscious choice. Instead, it's often created and controlled by the subconscious mind. So let me explain. You see, the subconscious mind's primary task is safety, and it perceives a potential bathroom accident and the associated embarrassment and the shame as danger. And this often stems from past experiences, even seemingly insignificant ones like a childhood accident, a near miss, or witnessing someone else's difficulty. Even something like our upbringing and the influence of our primary caregivers, perhaps something we were repeatedly told. And if these experiences trigger a strong emotional response that isn't processed appropriately at the time, the subconscious can create a program or a way of behaving to avoid similar situations in the future. And because this response is driven by the subconscious, any conscious effort, like logical thinking, it often fails to overcome this fear. The subconscious always wins when in conflict with the conscious mind. Emotion has the upper hand, and so the coping mechanisms, while providing temporary relief, can actually reinforce the fear and justify the subconscious perception of danger. So overcoming the fear of not finding the toilet outside, it really involves addressing the root cause at a subconscious level. And this is about changing the subconscious beliefs and letting go of the emotional charge attached to past experience. But until we do this, it's not going away, and that means continuing to miss out on life and all the things we want to do. And of course, it not only debilitates our life, but also impacts our relationships and can put a strain on those closest to us. But by dealing with this, we get to live with freedom and less restriction, and have confidence and trust in our body, and most of all, just feel normal again. Alright, so thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.